This is Dr. Clark from the Center for Weight Loss Success, and this week's question of the week concerning weight loss, we're going to talk a little bit about hCG, or human chorionic gonadotropin. We often get this question, is it something that people can use? Is it safe? We'll try to answer a few of those questions. So, what is it? hCG is human chorionic gonadotropin. It's a hormone. It's made during pregnancy. So it's made by the placenta, and it does something to help protect the growing fetus. So that's what it is. So it is a natural hormone. It is collected from urine from pregnant women. It also nowadays can actually be made by a recombinant DNA placed in microbes, and we can grow them. But most of the time, it actually is made from human pregnant woman urine. So it is a hormone. It's unknown exactly all the things that it does. It does protect the fetus. So the question then is, okay, is this something that can be done in weight loss? And that whole theory came around from the mid-1950s from a Dr. Simeons, who brought about the Simeons diet, which he used in very low-calorie diet, relatively high protein, very low carbohydrate, and then subsequently used injectable hCG. And whether this helped with weight loss, and did it help protect the individual from regaining weight. So that's kind of the theory behind it. It began back in the 1950s, but kind of resurgence back in the mid-90s. In the mid-90s, there was a meta-analysis done of all the different studies that had been done, and bottom line, there are very, very few studies that have been done to look at this for weight loss. And the conclusion really was that it didn't really help with weight loss. What seemed to actually help with the weight loss was a very low-calorie diet. Now, from my perspective, people typically don't tolerate very low-calorie diets very well. So there may be something with the hCG that either act as an appetite suppressant, because it is thought that potentially pregnant women with very high hCG levels actually have more likely to have morning sickness. So there could be some kind of appetite suppressant effect with this. And then it's thought that it may protect against loss of lean body mass. And that potentially is very real, because when hCG is given to males, okay, which typically don't have much hCG at all, so when hCG is given to males, part of the unit that makes up, part of the amino acid structure that makes up hCG is very similar to luteinizing hormone, and this is something that stimulates testosterone. The luteinizing hormone will actually stimulate the testes to make more testosterone. So in males, hCG will actually increase their testosterone. And so subsequently, this can help protect lean body mass, and there is some evidence that this, then, if you can protect lean body mass, increase your metabolism, it could help with weight loss. Now, there isn't, testes in the female, so there's no way to increase their testosterone this way. So it may be doing something else, or they may be doing something altogether different that we don't understand at this point. So that's what it is. Now, is it safe? Well, since it is, it's a natural occurring hormone in a pregnant woman, then it probably is relatively safe. Now, whether that, we don't really know the answer to that, so it's hard for us to really say that. And does it work for weight loss then? Well, there's certainly lots of anecdotal evidence out there that says, hey, this can be very helpful. Now, we can't obtain human chorionic gonadotropin without a prescription here in the United States. The FDA has really cracked down on the homeopathic hCG that was out there. And basically, because they found that there really wasn't any in the products that said, and no one really knew what it did. So you can't really get the homeopathic over-the-counter type of doses. You need to have a prescription. And in order to get a prescription for weight loss, that's not something that's readily acceptable. So subsequently, it has to be used off-label for people that are physicians that actually prescribe it. It has to be done off-label. It's kind of against the grain of the medical establishment. Now, I'm all for potentially using newer things, but okay, we're talking way out on there on the edge. There are places that do it. You do have to get it from through a prescription. So if you're getting it other ways, you're actually doing it illegally, and subsequently then you could be prosecuted for that. So you do have to be a little careful. Now, if it really works, or if you can get it and you're doing it under prescription, under physician guidance, then how does it work? And that is kind of one of the things we really don't know. One of the recent studies that was done, again, there are very few and fairly poor studies out there, but one of the recent studies that I've seen at one of our conferences showed that it didn't actually help with increasing weight loss. That the two groups, that the placebo group and the one that got hCG, they lost the same amount of weight. But what was different is that the hCG group actually seemed to preserve lean body mass much better. So I suspect that there really may be something to that. But it's probably still the diet that gets people to lose the weight, and but if we can preserve lean body mass, keeping that weight off long term may actually be extremely helpful, and so it may help with that. So we don't really know all the answers yet, but there are certainly a lot of questions, and unfortunately the answers haven't been forthcoming very easily. I suspect we will see a few more studies out there. This is not something that I really recommend doing, and we don't do it through our clinic because it is kind of, what I'll say is kind of on the edge out there. But there may be something to it, and in the future it may be something we are doing or doing under study guidelines. So if you're going to do it, make sure you get it through a prescription, the legal form of getting it. It's not something I'm really recommending doing, but it also may not be something that's harmful, but be careful. Let the buyer beware. So there you have it. That's my thoughts on hCG. And if you have other questions, though, just let us know. Be happy to answer them. Just give us a yell here at the Center for Weight Loss Success. You take care. Have a good day.